The D-Max is renowned for its reliability and durability. I'm sure you've heard stories of hand-me-down D-Maxes that are more than 10 years old, still running fine with more than 200,000 kilometers on it. That's why this third generation D-Max piqued our interest. Does it have the same qualities as its predecessors? Judging by its performance in last year's Philippine Rallycross Series, I think it does. Today we have what was previously the top-of-the-line D-Max, the 3-liter LS-A AT that's only available in a 4x2 layout. Looking at the front, I'm still on the fence about the fangs on the grille. It hasn't been an Isuzu or a D-Max quality to be flashy. But if the designers wanted a total 180 from how it looked like before, this aggressive nose has definitely done its job. Now on either side are multi-reflector halogen headlamps. Right below are halogen fog lamps. Now underneath, you've got front and rear skid plates, a transmission cover. Now if you look at the top, you've got a couple of roof rails with 100 kilogram capacity. Ground clearance is 240 millimeters, and it can go through water that's about 800 millimeters deep. Now, if you look at the body, it isn't too wide, but it's always nice that your vehicle has power folding side view mirrors. At the rear are combination LED taillights. It comes with a bed liner and even a cargo extender. Even with the new design, it still isn't as flamboyant as competitors in the segment, which I believe is actually one of its strengths. If you want a no-frills, low-key truck body, this is the one for you. Now the cockpit is actually edgier than the exterior, if you ask me. I mean, look at these shapes, these angles. It looks more textured and more futuristic. There's no leather upholstery in the cabin though. You get fabric on the, what Isuzu calls, let me get this right, bucket seats with anti-vibration comfort elastic foam, all right? I'm sitting on it and there's still some vibration, but what I do like about the seats is they're manually height adjustable. So depending on your preference, you can sit high or low to get a better view outside. Okay, there are no automatic controls for the aircon. It's manual, but what I do like is they retained the 10.1-inch touchscreen, which is from the LS-C. Now this is features packed. It's vibrant, great fonts, plus you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can connect via Bluetooth if that's what you like. It has USB and aux in. The ports are right here, and you have to connect with your Bluetooth if you just want music, but if you want your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, they're not wireless, so you have to go with a USB. Navigation, FM radio, plus you get a clinometer, so you have a compass and you can tell the pitch and roll of the vehicle. Now let's go right here in between the two gauges. You get your 4.2-inch multi-information display, which is basically your digital trip computer. You don't get a leather on the steering wheel as well. This is urethane, but you do have controls for the multi-information display, so you can switch screens, and of course controls for the audio. Finally, the 12-volt outlet used to be in the upper glove box, but not anymore. But this is still a pretty spacious location for your devices. And then the main glove box is right here. Now, this is what it looks like in the rear. And I didn't even have to adjust the front seat. This is where I was sitting earlier in the first take, right? You can see plenty of leg room. Now the features here include, well, let's start with the coat hanger right here. You get a USB port, just one, and rear air vents, plus a drop-down armrest with 2 cup holders. It's a little short, but at least you have one, right? Interior space overall of the D-Max is the same as most of its competitors in the segment, but what I do like is what Isuzu did when it comes to creature comforts and amenities, matching everybody else in the segment. It now has that big touchscreen, a multi-information display, USB ports front and rear, storage spaces, plus the rear aircon vents. I have no gripes with how Isuzu put the cabin together. Now it uses Isuzu's 3-liter Blue Power turbocharged diesel engine. It has 190 PS and 450 Newton meters of flat torque curve. Now, I know it sounds very technical, but what it just means is you can overtake much more quickly, whether you're on the city or the highway, and without turbo lag. I mean, it's instantaneous response, and as soon as you put pressure on the throttle, you actually feel it, like the takeoff, which is good, right? You want that from a workhorse, from your pickup truck. Now, the 6-speed automatic transmission is smooth, and it changes gears seamlessly, almost intuitively, actually. I mean, you lift your foot off the accelerator if you see traffic up ahead, and there's a considerable amount of engine brake, which helps in fuel efficiency, of course, and prolongs the life of your brake components. When it comes to steering, it's a little heavy, which is understandable. It's a pickup truck, and which is the same as majority of the segment. And I say majority because there are some pickup trucks out there that are extremely light, like almost SUV-like, and I don't want that. I mean, I prefer the latter. I want feedback from a big vehicle like this. I mean, you want to feel that body getting lugged around, turned around, and when you're moving around on the highway, right? To give you a better perspective of its performance on the streets. Fuel economy is pretty good. And you know, Isuzu's known for that. In the city, you get about 9 to 10 kilometers per liter, and on the highway, about 14 to 14.5 kilometers per liter. Now, when it comes to ride quality, in true pickup fashion, it is stiff. And what do you expect from a vehicle with rear leaf spring suspensions, right? In front, it's average, but it's a little bouncier at the rear. Okay. So you got to be ready if you're buying something like this. You got to be ready for that. Don't expect SUV crossover type ride quality, and that's because you need that stiff suspension so that when you load heavy stuff at the rear, it settles down nice, and you know it doesn't fall flat and damage the suspension and the tires. Okay, if there's one thing that Isuzu maybe can improve, if they're looking for ideas, maybe especially in the cabin, reclining backrests in the second row. That would be super. But that of course is next level luxury type pickup truck, and I don't know if that's, you know, the path of the D-Max, but if they want to set it apart, that will definitely do the trick. Now, as the third model in the rung, don't expect the LS-A to be features packed, all right? It has some, but not all of it. But the good part is, it is priced more affordably at 1.390 million, which is about 500,000 pesos less than the top-range LS-E. It doesn't have a 4x4 system, so it means it's lighter and has less mechanicals to maintain. Now, the entire package is commendable, and it's a good choice for people who are practical, who want power, reliability, and durability. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. I'm Eric Tipan from AutoIndustriya.com.